should be good though.
Yo, we're live, baby. It's a Real Spill Live back with you. I'm here with Deuce Andre, as always, for vibing. Thank you. Clicked on the video and is kicking it with us this evening. We're going to go over a few topics, just kick it, and you'll have a little nice conversation if this man can get his fucking internet together. You got the fucking sharp noises in my headphones right now, cousin. Say something. Yeah. Okay. Either you're staying still as hell or you're frozen. All right, cool. All good. But either way, yeah, I'll go ahead and just run down the little topic list that we have going today so y'all know what to expect. And then we'll try to get his situation figured out. Otherwise, I'll sit here and chop it up. So we're going to talk about the NFL that happened this week, NFL games, Joe Rogan talking about the Liver King and his alleged obvious steroid use. And we got with the NFL, we want to talk about the Brady comeback. We want to talk about Deshaun Watson returning. We wanted to get into the FTX stuff a little bit, and wanted to talk about Ye and Van Jones. And I was just thinking today when I saw Van Jones back in the news, I was like, damn, whatever happened to that like 500 million or whatever it was? I need to figure out the exact number today, but that Jeff Bezos just blessed him with. Deuce, are you back with us? No, you're still spinning, still riding rims over there. But either way, yeah, Deuce, you with us?
Yeah,
I can see
baby.
you.
I'm here. I'm back. Baby.
Yes, sir. Hey, just
I had to get right real quick, y'all. I had to get right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy.
Stop trying to run off the hotspot, brother.
Got ghouls in this bitch.
Oh, the return of the ghoul, man.
Yeah, the Bend Out Ghoul's back, baby. You know what I'm saying? We live.
Just before we get too deep,
give you some great content.
How clear am I right now for you?
Oh, you're good. It's just every time that you talk, I can hear myself speak.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll try to take turns. Well, the first thing I wanted to get into today, thank you guys, by the way. Like, share, subscribe, show some love. Jump in the comments if there's anything you want to
go back to my Wi-Fi.
You might want to go back to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, you're a fool for that.
I went to a hotspot. Yeah, do you think so? Yeah, silly mistake.
It could have been a miscalculation. Trying to run your whole situation off the hotspot. I mean, it just went completely dark on us. But hey, you remember the Van Jones situation with Jeff Bezos? Tell me if that rings any bells.
And we're back. Yep, hotspot's gone.
All right, the Van Jones shit. Do you remember when he got blessed with several millions from Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, for taking in the butt.
No, that's not what I remember. I'm trying to figure out the exact amount, but I remember this was like at the height of some of the like Black Lives Matter stuff and all that. So I think it was actually supposed to be like some kind of like, hey, do good with this for the community. Lammy, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Do you remember that, by the way?
No, I mean, I don't pay attention to a lot of that left-wing, right-wing propaganda bullshit, but I do love when you bring it upon me and enlighten me on these situations.
Well, so with this one, I'm gonna tell you what Bezos said at the time. By the way, it was $100 million, and that was just and no strings attached.
Niggas just give it $100 million.
One thing he's
Lucky fucking dice. I'm black. Give me $100 million, bitch.
Could have split it a few ways, I feel like.
I take care of a lot of people. I'll take care of all my people back in the islands too, bitch.
Well, no,
$100 million.
Not what it's for.
But not what it's for. It's for something. It's just reparations. It's a start.
Literally, what Jeff Bezos said in reference to the gift at the time was no bureaucracy, no committees. They just do what they want. This was as far as like talking about him giving the money. Was saying that, basically like no strings attached to it. Like I said, just do what you kind of feel like is best with it, and didn't want him to have to be kind of like saddled with the the day-to-day responsibilities, having to worry about obviously like supporting yourself, supporting your family, I don't know. I mean, so you haven't even heard of this. So you haven't heard of anything good that's come of it.
Well, everything you've told me has been bullshit. So, no.
Yeah, I have.
Gave away $100 million to some random fucking black dude.
Well,
I'm a random black dude.
Not a random black dude. It wasn't a random black dude. At the time, Van Jones was working for one of the like news networks.
Right. So he gave it to a rich black dude. Even worse. Fucking dickhead. What a prick.
Yeah. I mean,
you paid him off for something. He had some fucking dirt on you. Yeah. I wonder what $100 million of dirt is. That's what I want to know. Van Jones, tap my line. You know my email.
Pass that along.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need the paperwork. I'm not trying to get the suicided. But I do want to know what's good.
You need to send out a tweet saying, hey, listen, I have no thoughts of suicide at all. I love life, and I would never leave this plane of existence.
I'm gonna write an anti-suicide letter.
Yeah, that's what they should be called, a living letter. So either way, so it was CNN, by the way, which I know you're fond of them.
Yeah, of course. He paid them off good. Yeah. Van Jones only got 10% of that shit. Like, he kicked that up to the big man upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he actually, according to this, he's still working at CNN. This is a question I want to ask you attached to this. If
he gave you the money so you didn't have to work no more. What the fuck?
If Jeff Bezos, if he gives you the $1 million, what are you doing? You staying?
He told me not to work no more. That's the first thing I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna own some shit. Yeah, I'm gonna donate most of the shit, own some shit, and
well, he's telling you to make a difference. To be clear, he's not just telling you like, "Hey, here's this money, so you could just kick it."
It's gonna be a big difference. I'm gonna put all my people on.
Okay, nice. Hey,
all my people go work, but they go work when they want to.
What would you suggest is a better?
Hey, Jamie, you working today, buddy? No, you don't want to work? Okay, I'll call one of these grunts. No problem.
Just somebody to replace me, temporarily though, so I can. Because you're not trying to take care of me, right?
If I got the money, I'm trying to take care of everybody.
All right, brother. All right, that's good to hear.
Call me the Messiah.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, with me, I kind of agree with you. I feel like that same amount of money could have probably went to better use. But the reason that I bring it up is because he was back in the news because he kind of touched on the Kanye Ye situation, the debacle there. It was misreported earlier today that he basically, this was the misreport, that he had apologized for black people's silence on the issue. So that was the initial kind of like word that was out.
He's got to speak for himself.
Well, like I said, this was a misreport, but I wish this was a true report just because it would.
Goddamn right it is.
Extremely misreported.
Yeah, what the fuck? Who the fuck is he to speak for black people? Motherfucker. We did not vote you in office, brother.
Well,
last one we voted in office was Barack.
Well, we didn't vote him in office. We didn't, but then Bezos basically gave him $100 million to do something.
Bezos, we talked about this before. We know many reasons why Bezos should not be voting anything for black people.
Well, remind me of one.
Check out the other podcast, people.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you don't remember. That's fine. You can just say that. I mean, we could cite the several. They had Amazon had crazy scandals for a minute with as far as like work conditions. You remember that when people were like, "Yeah, we're not allowed to take pee breaks."
Yeah, we can't take breaks. We work 12-hour shifts. I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? What, I got to piss on my leg?
I mean,
joking?
Yeah, but
you must have like little containers that catch your piss and your shit while you're standing there, fucking shoveling fucking packages. Fucking insane.
Well, I mean, no, it's just like, squeeze your cheeks. That's it. You're gonna have to make it work.
Squeeze your cheeks for 12 hours, brother?
On the line. You're on the line, brother.
I'm on the clock, obviously. I'll clock out if that's what it is. You don't want to pay me to piss? I'll clock out.
Could you imagine mandatory clock outs for piss breaks? That's nuts. Yeah, that's super nuts.
Mandatory clock outs for rest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so mainly what he was speaking about though was which I mean, I know you're on the same kind of page with this at this point, but he was speaking out about the Kanye shit though, and he was saying like basically, there's no place for the anti-Semitic shit and just that we have to be more uniform.
I bet he did.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know what college that was. He was speaking at a college. Yeah, brother. Herschel Walker called "Insult to the Black Community" by CNN's Van Jones. There you go. Yo, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this shit up. Have you heard Herschel Walker speak since he's been running in Georgia? Brother, I can't tell if you're frozen. I think you're 100% frozen. So either way, let me find this what I wanted to play for Deuce. Because there's so many. Oh, there we go. Let's get it right here. Stream. Brother. All right. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna play this for y'all when I get the more rewarding. American Express Business Black. Deuce, can you hear this?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good. All right, guys.
Oh, you ever watch a stupid movie late at night, hoping you're gonna get better, don't get better, but keep watching it anyway? Because the other night I was watching this movie. I was watching this movie called Fright Night, Sleep Night, or some type of night, but it's about vampires. I don't know if you know vampires are cool people or they not. But I'll tell you something that I found out.
Just so y'all.
A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that? I never knew that, so I didn't want to be a vampire anymore. I want to be a werewolf. So I'm watching my TV.
Heisman winner right now. He's a college graduate.
TV,
I don't know if he graduated.
This guy's a fucking rockhead, dude.
So they win this contest to bring this actor.
You don't fucking like say you lost. Just say you lost, brother. Like you lost in life and you lost in the election.
This was actually when he was running for Senate in Georgia.
How the hell would, like, bro, if they would have voted him in, that should have been a fucking joke.
It comes to their home. He got all the right stuff.
Good thing there's good people in Georgia.
Have a state.
Yeah, exactly.
They kill him in the heart.
Good people in Georgia, of course.
So that worked. I don't know what it does, but
hey,
you gotta have a cause because it burns.
Hey, Chloe.
They walked up
to popping in.
Vampire looking real good in this black suit. Whoa, that sounds like Central Warnock, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, did you watch Originals, brother? I mean, just turn on Originals. Like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Well, Fright Night's not bad. Calm down.
Get out of that house.
It's just
you're silly. Get out of that house.
I don't know if you've ever been in a position where you're describing an entire movie to a person, but it is a uniquely kind of difficult position to be put in.
You talk about some politics, brother. You're a fucking senator.
Yeah, give us some policy. Can we get some policy?
Like I've watched the movie, brother. Yeah, thank you for the reenactment up there. Come on, man.
He's explaining this story in reference to Fright Night, and then he's comparing this vampire to the guy that he was running against, and then lost. You
know why?
Yeah.
The vampires don't die, brother. You lost when you made them a vampire. It was your own fault. Your own undoing.
When you immortalized.
Should have watched Originals.
Yeah, when you immortalized them, that's when you screwed it up.
Yeah, so, you made him fucking, you know what I'm saying? I fuck out his name, Michelson, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, exactly.
Klaus.
Are these people from Originals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that show. Is that
show.
Netflix? So I've definitely seen it on Netflix. Yeah. Yeah, I scroll by it every single time. Never regret that decision. But yeah, either way, another thing I saw with
you do.
Okay, yeah, freeze your shit up. That's what I thought. Another thing that I saw was a UFC fighter actually came out and called out Ye for a little bit of a little bit of attention, basically, for a little bit of publicity, which I suppose is working. But I couldn't imagine a scenario in which you see Kanye engage in a UFC fight with a full-on UFC fighter. Although, I mean, it might be what's called for at this point. I'm not sure. Deuce, listen, you might just need to go inside your house, brother. That might be the thing. That might be the thing to do. Yep. But what else do we want to talk about tonight? Honestly, the NFL this week. Like a lot of you guys in the past, I made the mistake this week in fantasy football and just in general with friends and all, just personal bets, betting against Tom Brady. Something that should never be done. If you're somebody that's been watching sports for the past 15 years, at some point within the 15 years, you would think that you might learn your lesson as far as like betting against Tom Brady. But something about when it was the fourth quarter and there was like 4 minutes left or so, made me feel so bold as to write him out of the situation. And that's when you do the classic. Induce, you were in that group chat when I hopped on there, and I was saying, like, I wouldn't be mad if Tom Brady went ahead and just said, let's call it a career mid-season. I wouldn't have been mad at that. Just how it's been going. It's been kind of like with sports, with athletes, I feel like it's a unique kind of like accelerated view of like mortality, basically. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, he had it this year for sure.
This year it's been rough.
Yeah,
all years.
Yeah, he's getting fucked up. He's been beat up, fucking slapped around.
Yeah, and looks old.
He's like, my wife left me.
Yeah, also that literally personal shit.
You're not hanging it up, Tom. You should have hung it up in the off season when you told her you were going to. That's where you fucked up at. You shouldn't that shit.
What I was actually touching on when you dropped out was they just had that comeback against the Saints, though. Did you watch that game? Or the end of it?
16-0. I fell asleep.
Damn it. Okay. Well, yeah. At the in the fourth quarter, like 3 minutes left, that's when I sent that text. I'm like, like if he just decides like, hey, this is just not worth it at this point. We don't have a chance for the playoffs. If they would have lost, they end up winning this game. Then I was just I had a moment where I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of tired of watching this shit. Is sad. You know what I mean? It's sad to sit here and just like watch somebody that you've seen in their prime, at the peak of their abilities, and then
he's chasing a rock.
Yeah, he's just everything about
the next hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, brother.
No, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Let that pony go.
Yeah,
sailed. You're out of there. You can't make the throws anymore.
Time to be a
father. Saying this, but you can't make the throws anymore.
No, I feel it's time to be a father. It is. Yeah, the time. The time.
Please.
Some of us before were fucking 45. So yeah, no, I mean for sure. I think I think after this season,
great career, brother. Just let it go.
He's had the best career. That's the thing. Had the best career. Can that be enough? Is that not enough still?
I mean, he's not even chasing greatness anymore. You're already the greatest. I mean, what the fuck are you chasing? You're chasing yourself.
Yeah, well, but that's part of what you could appreciate, because last year Tom Brady was the best. So it's like that's what you appreciate from him is like there was never like the layoff where all of a sudden he was complacent and like he took the foot off the gas. It seemed like he always found a way to motivate himself and stay consistent, continue to put the work in and things like that. But just the reality is people get older, and that's just what it is. So but like I said, for me it's tough.
Age fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't even age fast. Fucking, I mean, he is legitimately old for the game.
Yeah, he's 45. Man. He's old as shit.
Yeah, is he the active?
He's still playing is insane.
Well, he might be the oldest active player. A lot of the times that'll be like a kicker. There'll be like a kicker that's like 40 or like maybe 41. But that's even pushing it. At this point, I think legitimately he's the oldest player in the NFL without question.
I would say so.
He's not.
He's interesting, man. He plays so efficient that he was able to extend his career, but it's like now, like if his pieces aren't right around him, he's not going to have the same impact on the game. So it's just very interesting to it's very interesting to see him this year because it's been pretty ugly. I mean, even in the comeback, I mean, it's only 17-16. I mean, Jesus Christ, you scrape that shit out, brother.
No,
well, fucking suck.
Yeah. against the Saints. That's what I was going to say. Whose defense has been poor this year, and then their offense even worse.
Poor. You wouldn't even know Tyrann Matthews on the damn field.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, offense even worse. I mean, they've been going back and forth, and Andy Dalton has seemed like, at least to them, their most reliable option, which is
consistent.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll take a little bit of
terrible.
Yeah, he's horrible. I'll take a little bit of inconsistency when the inconsistent part is that they were good. With with Andy Dalton, he's giving you consistent shittiness.
Like, exactly. I mean, put Taysom Hill on the field.
Yeah, you can count on him every game. He's gonna fuck
Taysom Hill on the field.
Honestly, well, I mean, I was thinking Jameis Winston, but did you see a couple weeks back when he was talking about basically like a player shouldn't lose their position because of injury and shit like that? He was speaking about it openly.
Yeah, I think that's weird.
You think that's weird?
You just paid him all that money. What the fuck? You paid him 4 years, $28 million. Like, what the fuck are you paying him that for if you're not going to fucking play him? Like, you know, fucking cut him.
Well, in my opinion, it's the other side of that is that if you have somebody get hurt, like the Drew Bledsoe situation, you have somebody get hurt and then the guy comes in and plays like great in his absence. You had Andy Dalton step in, who's older than him, and didn't play great. So just that move is a little odd. Yeah.
And you won't even fucking put James back on the field, Dennis Allen. What's that about?
Yeah. Well, and when he made that move, though, I think, when they made the move for Jameis, Sean Payton was the coach, right?
He was already there, but they re-signed him after Sean Payton left. So I'm like, okay, that means he's gonna be the guy. But they still had Taysom Hill with some packages and shit, which was fine. It's just when Jameis got hurt the first game, you know, they fucking basically, you know, it was whatever.
Yeah.
He's balling, and then he gets back healthy, and you don't play him, and then you don't start him. You know, you probably just I don't know if I think he played in like maybe they just threw him in there, but it's like, how the fuck do you not like get his confidence back and like, you know what I'm saying? Get him first team reps, get him used to throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird to me. Like he said, I fucking got hurt and lost my job, and I'm the starter. Who you guys in the offseason? Doesn't make any sense.
Real quick, I'm curious what their schedule was before he got hurt.
Probably shit, but
well, I mean, they're in the playoff hunt right now, though. So they beat the Falcons, they lost to the Bucks, they lost to the Panthers, they lost to the Vikings. Yeah, I mean, I guess they were blowing dick. Yeah, I guess they were playing really terrible when he was there. So I mean, you know, I guess it's a little bit of revisionist history when you look back. Well, I mean, that Vikings game, Andy Dalton was already quarterback. So yeah, his last game, they were 1-2 when he got hurt. So I mean, still, I don't know if it's like you pull the plug on him after 1-2, but
yeah, I mean, but you just re-signed him, so it doesn't make sense. You're paying him, so what the fuck you pulling the plug on? You're stuck with him anyway.
I wonder why.
In your system, limit his role, and then fucking keep it moving, and go get your guy. You have to draft somebody this year because your fucking team's blowing dick. So.
Did you have
start the rookie because there's no rookie to start after. There's no rookie in the draft to start year one. So in my opinion, other than Caleb Williams. So if you're not getting Williams, then keep Winston, play him, and keep it pushing. Did you get to watch
Deshaun Watson's game?
Yeah, he looked pretty average.
Well, he had a really shitty game. It is his first game after 2 years coming back, and I'm sure he wasn't able to, do his usual ritual before the game, whatever that may have been.
A rub down
with extra oil,
a little rub and tug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that made him feel a little off, I'm sure. But yeah, no, I was surprised. I was surprised with how average he looked, just because they were playing the Texans and they just have so many weapons over there. I think that this is probably the most weapons that Deshaun Watson has ever had I think it's fair to say that. Would you agree?
Some of them dudes can't catch, man.
Some of those guys can't catch for shit. Well, you're not wrong. Amari Cooper, though,
he got two dogs though, and Donovan Peoples-Jones and Amari Cooper. There's some dogs, but the other guys, boy, them boys is.
And they got
grease on it or something.
And they got Njoku. I don't remember if he's come back yet. And I don't remember from the game.
His fucking injury prone ass.
Yeah, I mean, but this year,
even he's in there, he's nice.
Yeah, he's been performing. And he ended up staying there over Austin Hooper. Remember that when Austin Hooper came to the Browns, Njoku was shitty. I don't know if you remember that or not, but yeah,
he was like, bro, I'm trying to get paid, and you just brought this dude in and paid him. What the fuck?
Yeah. Do you know where Austin Hooper's at? Random. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But with that team also has a solid defense. I mean, with their record this year, let me check Cleveland Browns record, but I just wonder if him coming, if they could, at least if he performed a little bit better, if they would be able to threaten for a playoff spot.
I mean, Jacoby kept them in pretty good position.
Yeah, they were, I guess 4-7 before they won this week.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, Kobe but he did look better on the Browns than he did like when he played for the Dolphins, in my opinion. Let me remember
a little bit.
Well, he was keeping 2 on the bench. That was the guy that they kept switching out for him. It was Jacoby Brissett.
That's a good point.
Yeah, just interesting. But either way,
I mean, Jacoby can probably just do more with less. That's all.
So the Cleveland Browns, they're 5-7, 8-4 is the lead in their division. That is Baltimore and the Bengals are both tied for that. So, yeah, I mean, I could see a scenario where they could push for that for sure. See what they got going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll play both those teams. They play the Bengals and then they play the Ravens. So that'll be huge for them if they win either of those games.
They're gonna get donkey fucked.
In both of them, you think?
He's going over the offense. The defense is gonna be fine, but the offense is gonna be donkey fucked.
Well, but I'm saying, like, which one of these teams, the Bengals or Ravens or both?
Both.
Well, so one thing to consider is, still the offense could get demolished, but the Ravens probably won't have Lamar Jackson at that time.
Yeah, that's true. Ravens are probably done this year.
Yeah, so I mean, I could definitely see them losing. The Bengals, I think.
Fuck my bet.
Oh, that's your end of season MVP and Super Bowl winner, right? Yeah, both of them. Dang.
Yeah, that is both of them though. But
yeah. Yep. You can expect not to get that money.
Scratch that shit.
Yeah, you gotta. Holy moly! Who do you got winning the MVP right now? By the way, that's been a common discussion.
Jalen
Hurts. Yeah, I mean the team's been probably the most consistent, and I think he's a shoo-in for most improved player, 100%. Like, it's a night. Not that he was playing terrible before, but like his progression this year is nuts.
Yeah, I just think his numbers, like, I'm seeing are pretty insane. I think it'll be pretty crazy if he doesn't win the MVP. From what I've seen,
yeah.
I've seen his numbers are fucking outrageous.
I would give it to Mahomes personally without looking at it. So, damn. Guess where Justin Fields is at as far as like top rushers in the NFL?
He's up there.
Yes, he's up there.
I mean, this season he has 29,000 pass yards, 20 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
Who you talking about?
6th, Justin Fields.
All right, maybe you're just not going to answer the question I asked.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
No, I got you. I'm saying Justin Fields. Do you have any guess where he's at? I'm just curious. If you have any clue.
Oh, Justin Fields on the list?
Mm-hmm. Of top rushers,
Probably
not
like 10.
7.
Sheesh.
That's nuts. He's rushed for more yards than Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Najee Harris, Ezekiel Elliott, Kenneth Walker. Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts is down here. Jalen Hurts has 600 yards. Justin Fields has 900 yards rushing. Yeah, that's silly. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is 9th in passing yards, and he is 7th in passing touchdowns. He has, looks like, as far as like active starters go, he is, it looks like, tied for first in least interceptions thrown. He's tied with Tom Brady.
His last 5 games, he had 69 completion percentage, 1,141 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
You know, he was sacked 30 times. That is towards the top. That is so
balling, though.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know if that's
not all that great.
Patrick Mahomes is towards the bottom. Patrick Mahomes also has the most passing touchdowns by 5. The person closest to him has 25. He has 30.
How many rushing touchdowns does Jalen Hurts have,
though? Jalen Hurts 5. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure it's right. Jalen Hurts. Nope, 9. Never mind, 9. He's got 5 fumbles. Yeah, 5. 5 fumbles is up there, brother. I'm just gonna let you know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but 9 tutties though. 9
Tied.
tutties, 600 yards.
Tied for 3rd in the league. Just gonna let you know. So another thing is Patrick Mahomes has thrown for 900 more yards than Jalen Hurts.
It's okay. I mean, it's all right. That's that's fine. Jalen Hurts is doing what he's doing.
Okay, whatever you're saying. Listen, actually, at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is in the league of his own. That's why we can't just sit here and like compare people to him like that. We're really
Jalen Hurts is balling, bro. Jalen Hurts is like in a class of his own right now. As far as running and the QB efficiency, passing, he's in the league of his own right now, dude.
That's why we look at
Tubbs.
We go, wow, Jalen Hurts is balling. When we look at fucking Patrick Mahomes, he be balling, and then we don't even appreciate it because he just does it.
No, I mean, he's doing good, but he just fucking lost, brother. What are we saying? Like, act like he can just lose to Joe Burrow. Burrow, brother. Burrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? From the L.
Listen, you're saying he did good, or he's done good. Meanwhile, he leads the league in touchdowns and yards passing. Come on. What are you talking about right now? Yards per game.
Hurts has rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, and he has passing yards. You know, come on, brother. What's his interceptions like?
If you combined his rushing
interceptions like,
let me finish. Let me respond to what you just said. If you combined Jalen Hurts' rushing yards and his passing yards, they still don't match Patrick Mahomes' passing yards. I'm not even counting any of them, which I'm sure some of them are there. The touchdowns, do they match?
But the touchdowns match.
Well, hold on. I didn't say that. No, they don't. He has one less touchdown overall. If you combine them, still one less touchdown.
So he's on his level.
No, he's not on his level because all the other stats don't match.
He's on his level. His production is there.
They have the same amount. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Time out. Hold on, real quick, because. All right. Well, Mahomes has more turnovers overall. Jalen Hurts has
interceptions like.
He's got 8 interceptions compared to Jalen Hurts' 3.
Okay, there we go. My guy's more efficient.
Brother, 900 more yards. 900 more yards. Patrick Mahomes could not play for the next 3.
If you combine them,
he might not catch him.
Not 900.
Okay, all right. So if you want to go off combining them, then we're looking at 2,900 and then plus 600. 2,900. So we're at 15. Or yeah, 25. 35 rather. 35. So still 300 yards behind.
That's not bad.
Oh my God. Brother, Patrick Mahomes could stop playing for the rest of the year. And as far as just the passing yards are concerned, Jalen Hurts would have a hard time catching up. I'm gonna be honest.
Jalen Hurts is throwing for probably, bro. In his last 5 games, he's threw for over 1,000 yards. So you got to think he's on fire right now, and he threw 10 touchdowns with only 1 interception.
245 yards per game for him. QBR is 69. Patrick Mahomes is 78. Which, by the way, this is for you for the future. Tua can no longer say he has the highest QBR. That's now Patrick Mahomes.
I knew that was coming after that performance he had the other day.
Yeah, it's by
got exposed.
It's by literally 1 point. Tua is second, and then third is Josh Allen, and then there's a drop off, and guess who comes in? Jalen Hurts. But after that drop off, let's be very clear. That drop off is 6 points. The difference between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen is 3 points. So from Josh Allen to Jalen Hurts, there's a 6 point difference between Josh Allen to Tua to then Mahomes. There's only a 3 point difference between the three of them.
Yeah, but
yeah, you can't argue with the numbers, brother.
Jalen Hurts is more productive with his legs.
He is, but QBR takes into consideration like those kind of things. I mean,
I don't think so.
I mean, not if you're using your legs unwisely, but yeah, it takes into consideration all that. I mean, your guy is. I think he just needs to focus more on the Dak Prescott level. You know what I mean? Like focus on being better than Dak.
Wow! Here you go with the fuckery.
Don't worry.
You go with the disrespect and the fuckery.
Mahomes,
oh
worry
my God!
Back in your. You know what I mean?
Tua's about to get fired in the offseason after that performance against San Fran.
Worry about being better.
Mike McDaniel's just rolling in his fucking sleep, having nightmares. No, Mike, don't do it.
No, I think that. Listen,
Mike McDaniel's is fucking gonna remember that shit for the rest of his life. Every time he looks at Tua, he's gonna have a disdain for that performance he put on when he just got dismantled on national television prime time.
So for you, if you had to give it to somebody MVP to somebody, you would give it to Jalen Hurts over Patrick Mahomes, even though all of these numbers.
No, it's him and Patrick Mahomes right now. I think they're tied. Because based off Jalen Hurts' production and then his team status right now, how he's leading the team and he's actually like being very productive. He's throwing hella touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So I think based off where they're at right now. I think they're tied in a sense. I think Jalen Hurts has an edge because obviously Mahomes just lost and he couldn't get the game-winning drive or whatever. But I think so. You know, I think Joe Burrow inserted himself into the conversation a little bit with that performance.
I was waiting until
you're tear since the start of the season.
I was waiting till you're done. I was going to mention that quietly. I think somebody else that's in the conversation but maybe on the outside of the conversation, is Joe Burrow. I agree. I think he's like definitely top 5 in MVP for me. I just don't know if he'd be. I don't know if he'd be 3, but definitely top 5 in my opinion.
I mean, him and Josh Allen are kind of battling for that outside position, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but for me, part of what's made Joe Burrow's situation so impressive is that it seems like they've been dealing with adversity all year. So from the beginning of the year where they started to slow, that was that adversity. Then they ended up, when they finally started to get a rhythm, they ended up losing Jamar Chase, and then they ended up losing Joe Mixon after that. And they still have been, and they've been at, like, because they started off slow, they were kind of in like a need to win situation for a good amount of the season. Let me actually up, and now you find them, they're 8-4. They're tied in record with the Ravens to take their division, and the Ravens don't have Lamar Jackson now. So, I mean, they're, for the rest of the season, I would say you would be hard pressed to find somebody that's not going to look at them as the favorite to take that division at this point.
Yeah, and if he can perform well, then I think he kind of like definitely could walk away with the award. I mean, it's like almost, it's not really a 3-headed race right now. It's a 2-horse race, but he's definitely peaking. He's definitely coming up from the backpack and making his move in a sense. But we'll see if he can bring it home. It's not an easy task that he's going to be asked to do.
Well, real quick,
that Ravens defense is healthy. That offense may be bullshit, but that defense is healthy.
So we can give him his flowers while we're on the subject. They did start out the season lose, so they lost their first 2 games. They went 0-2. They lost to the Cowboys and they lost to the Steelers. After that, they went on a winning streak where they beat the Jets and they beat the Bengals. And then after that, they lost to the Ravens. And they lost to the Browns. So that's the only games that they've lost. Other than that, they've won every game. They beat, and I mean, they didn't beat shitty teams. They beat the Dolphins, but they hurt Tua in that game. So, I mean, that was a Tua-less Dolphins. But they beat the Jets, who have been performing great this season. That was with Breece Hall as well. They beat the Saints and the Falcons. So, nothing to speak of there. They beat the Panthers. And they beat the Steelers. I mean, a lot of these are shit games, to be honest. But then they beat the Titans and they beat the Bengals. I mean, the Chiefs. So, I mean, that's the big one. Obviously, the Chiefs win, and that's a tight game. So that's what it's going to feel like in the postseason playing them. And then they beat the Titans. But yeah, the Titans give me vibes of just like they've just been pretenders since they got Tannehill, to be honest. Yeah, well, I mean, because they seem like the team that could beat. I feel like the Titans could beat anybody, but at the same time, I don't expect them to win the championship. Does that make sense? Like, I think they have the formula where if the game goes exactly their way, they could beat any team in the NFL. But if the game's out of the exact way that they want to play the game, then I think it's going to get away from them almost every time, at least as far as playoff teams go. If the Titans play the Bengals, Dolphins, Chiefs, all these games, if they're not able to make it a slow-paced, run-heavy scheme kind of game, then I think that they're losing pretty much all those games. But then at the same time, like I said, if they can get their way, I think that they could beat any of those teams. So that's why I just view them as pretenders.
Their line isn't even built like that anymore, though.
Well, but the thing is, you can't go into the playoffs expecting every game to go your way. You're playing against the best teams in the league, so you can't go in there. You have to be prepared to win a game unconventional. You know what I mean?
Right.
And especially if you don't have a guy that can kind of force as well. Like when I'm thinking of the Chiefs, I kind of think of the Chiefs in that way, but they can win an ugly game because of Patrick Mahomes. But I don't envision a game where the Chiefs aren't able to move the ball through the air where they can actually count on their running game. I can't imagine that. Could you?
No.
Same thing with the Bills, to be honest.
Chiefs,
well, you go ahead.
I think the Chiefs have a pretty good running game, though. No, I think the Chiefs, like you said, I think their pass game is very lethal. I don't think anybody will be able to stop him completely in the pass game, but they have a great run offense. Honestly, I mean, They got some good running backs. I mean, their offensive line is very much improved. The Chiefs, they look good. They look good. They look like they can win a Super Bowl, but I
Yeah.
just don't see the I don't see the soup like they would have to have like MVS, Sky Moore. They would have to have those deep threats start to get open a lot more. You know what I mean? For me to say, okay, yeah, they're a Super Bowl contender because that's a big part of their game is being able to get vertical, and they've been struggling to do that a little bit. I'm against good teams, so that'd be a big part of it more than even the run game. I think the run game will always be there. It's just are they going to use it?
You're talking about the Chiefs?
Probably not.
Or
Yeah,
are
the
you talking
Chiefs.
about?
Now the Bengals. Now the Bengals. That's a different story. I
Yeah.
think the
Well,
Bengals could. I think they could be very dominant moving forward because they got a great run game they can lean on, um, and they're getting healthy. So
how did
as long as
how
dudes aren't dropping wide open passes, we're
how
good.
they defense over last year?
I don't even know if they improved it. I think guys just are more comfortable in the defense. I think they kept a lot of the same guys.
Yeah.
They might have added some pieces. I think guys,
I
they're
think we're
more cohesive now.
like,
But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. After they lost those first two games, they could have fucking cut a couple guys. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
So I mean, but I like the Bengals. I think the Bengals could do something. Samaje Perrin looks really nice.
Yeah.
He was looking like Derrick Henry. I'm like, geez.
This isn't you. Is this like just undercover Tua hate though? Be honest. Paul wants to know.
Undercover two hey. It's not no undercover two hey, bro. The
All
man
right,
got
all right.
exposed. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like, come on, brother. Yeah, he got exposed. He fucking mollywopped a few times and started seeing ghosts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Stopped looking down the field. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that against good teams. They're gonna eat you up. You got Joey Bosa just fucking pinning his ears back and fucking coming after you.
Well, do you think that after what you saw from them, like what are the? Do you think that genuinely they were exposed, or do you think it was just a set of circumstances that worked against them? Or yeah, I mean, what do you think about that as far as like their Super
He
Bowl
was
chances?
exposed.
Tua
He
specifically.
was exposed. Yeah, Tua specifically. The defense, I mean, the defense made some plays. I mean, they made some plays.
Paul in
And
the
I know the off the,
chat,
fan.
much love.
What do you say?
He
What do you
said
say?
Deuce is for Tua.
A lot of haters for Tua. I'm just telling you what it is, brother. He got exposed. But the defense, on the other hand, they made some plays and they didn't get any help. And there's nothing, nothing that defense can do about it. Because the defense played better in this game, I thought, than any other game.
I mean, I could see why you might say that. They did have a few moments of having the rush looked really good, but I would say most of the game,
They got a
yeah,
pick.
yeah. But I mean, also like you have to consider it's the same thing that for me how I view this game with Tua, where it's like you have to take into consideration that they were missing their left tackle, our best offensive lineman. We were missing Austin Jackson. We hadn't signed anybody to replace those guys yet, which we just signed Eric Fisher, I think. Is who it was. So I mean, we were going into that game compromised, and I'm not trying to. It sounds silly when I say it, but it's true. Miami is far from San Francisco. That's a long trip. That is a long trip.
Here you go with this shit. Here you go with this shit, brother. Stop with the bullshit. Y'all arrived a day early.
Let's take it into consideration that you had all the other things working against the team. That's something else that was working against the team. It was a competitive game. We honestly we were in a position where we had a drive in the fourth quarter to go down and actually take the lead by 1 point. So to say that he was exposed, I think would be a little bit of the extreme. He actually still almost won us a tough game, very tough game. So I wouldn't go so far as to say exposed.
No, he didn't almost win shit. Tyreek almost won y'all a tough game. That man went off for 148 yards and a touchdown, baby. What you mean?
You can't continue to separate the two. You know what I mean? Like you do that all the time with pretty much every situation.
No, you can because you can see when Tyreek doesn't score 2 touchdowns and 200 yards, y'all lose the game, man.
Well, that's not true. That's just not true. Yeah, that's false. 200 yards.
Definitely over 100. If he doesn't score over 100 yards, y'all lose the game.
I don't know. I'd have to think back to some game because I feel like we did actually win a game
where he's never done that.
Okay, well now you see this is what I hate. You make me look up stupid shit. That's the thing. Now I got to go through all these games.
No, I got stupid shit. This is good shit.
Got to find one, and I'm like, okay, well, right here, the very first game. Thank God. Tyreek Hill had under 100 yards. We won that 20-7. So, all right, can we move on?
He got hurt. He got hurt that game. Fuck out of here.
Tua went for 270 yards. Easy.
Dude, you played the fucking Patriots.
The next game, 190 yards for Tyreek. The game after that against the Bills, 33 yards. We won that game. All right, I already made the point, so I'm not going to continue to go.
You're bullshitting. You're fucking bullshitting, brother.
He was under 100 yards.
I'm looking it up right now because I know you're bullshitting.
I'm not. Come on now. Why would I bullshit? Because why would I want to slow down the conversation with now you looking up the same shit I just looked up? But yeah, when they played the Bills, he had 33 yards, 2 receptions. That was a lower yardage game for Tua as well. Tua had 186 yards.
Well,
he had 186. Tua. Jalen Waddle had 102 of those yards of the 186. Yep. Loud and clear. Yeah, no, I couldn't hear anything you just said.
Tyreek Hill effect, brother.
Oh, Tyreek Hill effect.
Okay. Tyreek Hill effect, brother.
But yet Tyreek Hill left Kansas City, and Patrick Mahomes is still, he has the highest QBR rating right now, has the most yards, most touchdowns, and you want to give the fucking MVP to somebody else. So explain that. If it's the Tyreek Hill effect.
I'm saying is Tyreek Hill deserves the MVP because he's been carrying the Dolphins. And he's been fucking carrying Tua all goddamn season. That's why he deserves the MVP. He's about to get Tua a fucking bag.
At Dolphins games, man, we're starting.
You get a bag.
Dolphins games, we're starting to hear the MVP, and we're not talking. They're not talking about Tyreek. Huh? They're not talking about Tyreek when that happens.
I don't know why they need to be talking about Tyreek because before Tyreek got there, too, it wasn't looking like.
I agree. I like the idea of possibly having a wide receiver in that conversation. It reminds me of the days of Steve Smith, going for the MVP. But in reality, when we're hearing the MVP chants in Miami, they're talking about Tua. Cuz I'm not lying to you.
Are you sure, brother? Are you sure? Have you asked the people?
Yes, I'm inside of Dolphins Twitter. Okay, I'm in there, and yeah.
Fuck, bro, that's bullshit. I bet you they weren't chanting no MVP when they were watching them fucking fumble the ball and throw 2 interceptions and take 3 sacks last week. They weren't chanting no damn MVP.
Are you looking at
fucking Skylar Thompson?
Well, to be clear, they were in San Francisco, which is part of the reason why they retired. So.
Oh, stop the fuck shit. They went out there and got their asses tapped. They weren't tired when Tyreek was fucking scoring touchdowns and Sheffield was scoring touchdowns, though. Yeah, exactly. He needs to take that ass whooping like a man. Take that shit on the chin. Rub some dirt in it.
I think he did take it on the chin, and then I think we learned from it. I think we learned a lot from it. I think that we look at that.
What?
We look at that. Well, we look at that game and we say we were a drive away from taking the lead in the fourth quarter, and we were down our best offensive lineman, down another offensive lineman. We already have a little bit of a sketchy line anyways. And like I said, it was still a competitive game.
So he can only do it with a perfect situation is what you're saying. You have a limited ability quarterback.
Saying that he's limited. Do perfect situation. I'm saying that in that situation where we didn't fully execute on the goal.
You had all week to prepare, brother.
You have to take in consideration the other variables. If we played that team again, and I'm not saying it has to even be perfect. Brother, if we play that team again, okay? We play that team again. And the line situation specifically, we were going into a game where we were playing a team whose strength is line. Their strength is their defensive line. I think we would all say that's the best part of the entire 49ers team.
But you had all week to prepare and game plan for them.
We were compromised. But the thing is, when we did prepare, that's why it was a one possession game at the end of the game. But the problem being is that we were compromised in the one place that actually benefited their strength. So, I'm not surprised. I'm actually
21 personnel.
To be honest with
tight ends, you should have beefed up the line, brother. I mean, what's the excuses? You had all week.
Proud of my boys. Okay, I'm proud of my boys over there. Okay, I'm proud of my boys at Miami Gardens. Okay, you brought a tear to my eye how you guys fought your heart out this Sunday. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to trash their efforts. I'm definitely not going to trash my dog Tua, Big Oos. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Send me some game tickets, brother. But either way, you know what I mean? I'm definitely not going to trash. I'm not going to trash
because you're trash.
Yeah, I'm not going to trash him on that performance. I think.
Listen, he had a bad game. He has a bad game. He needs to rebound next week. Who do y'all play? Let's look up who do y'all play.
Chargers.
He played terrible. Oh yeah. They play that shit to the primetime game too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did. It's the 8 o'clock game.
Yeah, we're gonna get that ass whooping prime time.
Yeah,
Khalil Mack off the edge, Joey Bosa. That's gonna be interesting. You're gonna see another Bosa brother getting a 3-sack night.
I'm not ready for. I'm not ready to say that.
Do it a break.
They're gonna lose that game. I'm not ready to say that.
But in the back of your mind, you're thinking it. You're thinking in the back of your mind.
No, in the back of my mind, I'm concerned about the health of Terran Armstead, and I hope that he gets better. I hope he gets better, and I hope he takes all the time that he needs, but not all the time. And yeah, I mean,
so 2 on IR soon.
Well, I think Austin Jackson actually did go to IR, to be honest. So I mean that happened.
Yeah, two is down. Two is bad. He's looking at both his tackles, and he's like, "This is a 2-second read. It's not open in 2 seconds. Run."
Well, and I think that it's valuable. So I honestly think that we have a great chance to beat the Chargers. And one of the reasons being is this game against the 49ers. I think in that situation with having Terran out and Austin Jackson out, I think we got valuable data as far as like how the people that we have filling in those positions are going to handle
elite. You're going to draft in the offseason. Valuable data on how you're going to draft in the offseason and the free agency moves you're going to make for quarterbacks.
Well, they got, like I said, they picked up Eric Fisher, so I'm curious as to how he's going to fit into the scheme and how he's going to play. But I mean, there's been plenty of times people have been out the league, or
he was a free agent for a reason, brother.
And that's what I'm saying. But there's been a lot of times where there's been, specifically, I feel like this with offensive linemen. We have offensive linemen who are basically bust or just didn't work out in a certain scheme, and they end up at a new on a new team and it's revitalized them in a way. So I could see that being a situation.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not the situation right now. This is not the situation right now.
Is this not ideal?
Many teams had the opportunity, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna pass."
Not many teams. Many teams didn't have the same need that we had.
Doesn't start. Pray doesn't start against Joey Bosa. That's all I say.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's going to start this week, but I imagine he will. To be honest.
Yeah, you're going to throw a guy that was on the fucking street into a fucking grudge match with two of the best pass rushers in the NFL. He's going to get fucked up, and Tua's going to get fucked up. Watch what I told you.
Well, we didn't
knock on wood right now, brother, because Jesus is coming, and he's bringing wrath.
Thankfully, I have wood here. But also, let's be clear here. So in 2020, this is the last year that Eric Fisher was a Pro Bowler. So that's not that long ago. It's 2 years ago. He played for the Indianapolis Colts last
street clothes.
He played last year for the Colts in 2021.
And they fucking sucked.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they were impressive.
Play, or was he on the roster? Those are different questions.
Oh, yeah, he played. He only signed a 1-year deal, and then that ended, so he just moved on with his life, greener pastures.
Yeah, went to fucking bagging groceries.
I doubt that he had to bag groceries. This man's been paid several times.
Well, he probably owns the store, but you're still bagging them bitches.
I love that. I love owning hands dirty. You know what I mean? I like to see that. So
what do you think, man? That's all he does.
This will actually be our last topic for the night. I want to get your opinion on. I actually don't know how much you're tapped in on this. If not much, then we could talk about it when we record on Friday or Saturday or whatever. So the Joe Rogan. I was watching a episode where they were talking about the Liver King. Are you familiar with the Liver King?
Yeah, I was watching that.
Okay, all right. So the Liver King. The Liver King is a big gentleman who has built his empire off of basically these ancestral tenets. And he's sold this as sort of like a workout plan. If you follow these tenets, then you could look like me. I wish this is actually, maybe we won't talk about it too much because I would love to be able to include like a picture of this guy so people could see, but I don't know how to do that all that on here yet. Yeah, but either way, so yeah, what's up?
You know, it's bullshit.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Just keep going, brother.
Just keep doing those fucking steroids.
No, you go ahead, brother.
Arms explode. Never stop.
You know what? I mean, I think the Liver King.
Yeah.
He's a fucking con artist, just fucking scum of the earth bastard. You sold that holistic bullshit to everyone, and then you fucking sit here and you're fucking juicing your ass off, getting shot in the ass and between the toes and shit. It's like, dude, come on, brother. How the fuck are you sitting here lying to everybody like that? Like,
I'm confused.
I'm natty.
Didn't you just say?
Nobody gives a fuck if you're not, bitch. Just say you're not natty. The fuck?
Didn't you just say that you keep doing them and that you were supporting them and then you went like a hard right turn?
Keep doing the fucking steroids. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Just say, yeah, I'm doing them. Don't fucking lie to everybody and then push this fucking liver on everybody like it is good for you, bitch, but it ain't gonna make me look like you.
Yeah. I gotta work out a lot.
Is that? Joe Rogan was 100%. Like he wants to come on podcast and apologize. No, bro, your video was bullshit. You sounded like bullshit apology. You sidestepped everything. You didn't take any fucking responsibility for fucking lying. You blamed it on fucking people that want to commit suicide, which makes you look even worse.
Yeah, you look crazy right now.
Trying to be like, yeah, it's because they're not at their primal maximal state. It's like, bro, fuck off. Fuck off. That's not why they're committing suicide, brother. Sorry, not because they don't look like you is why they're not committing suicide.
So
he's fucking slow. He's slow.
Yeah.
He's smart, but he's slow.
Well, so one thing with this, I'm just curious. I'm gonna check. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. So his fucking apology, Loki is going crazy compared to his other videos.
I bet,
brother. It's like a 500. It's like a 500% increase as far as like viewership. They're like
laughing at his ass.
His highest amount of views on any video other than that is so 1.1 million actually. So that's his highest, but that's really high compared to a lot of his videos. A lot of his shit is like 60,000 to like 130,000. But yeah, his highest is 1.1 million. Other than the apology, and by the way, that 1.1 million.
It's skewed, people. It's skewed.
1 million is 7 months ago. So 7 months ago. And he's hunting with African tribes, Liver King in Tanzania. So that's what he was doing. He went a whole that's fucking nuts. This man took it to fucking Tanzania.
Weirdo.
So his apology, he went to Africa, 1.1 million. His apology, 2.8 million. And that was 5 days ago. The 1 million one was 7 months ago. 5 days ago, it's at 2.8 million.
Wow.
It's just crazy. Trump ain't going nowhere.
Content creators, man.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate you, Gates Open. You dropped in here. You decided to defend your boy. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on here defending your boy, but it's all right.
Yeah, supposed to be on
Sunday, brother.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. But you are probably right.
Smoke.
Yeah, that as far as it being on the businesses, definitely point the finger at the businesses and act like you have nothing to do with the businesses. I love that. I plan on one day being.
You know what though? Hey, every other politician does it. It's okay for the Dems to go ahead and line their pockets.
The Dems.
It's okay for the Dems to line their pockets, but as soon as the Republicans do it, it's a problem.
I don't think anybody. So to address the conversation we had earlier, I don't think anybody said that it's okay for the Dems to do it.
I don't know, brother. It seems like everyone's saying. Everyone's like, oh, it's okay for Pelosi to line her pockets in the stock market. Oh, it's okay for Biden to get kicked back from Pfizer and Moderna.
We'll have an issue with Pelosi and her supposed insider trading with her husband. There's been a lot of people that have a lot of outcry on that. A lot of heat.
Yeah, and she retired peacefully. She didn't get arrested. She was okay.
You need her to. We need her strung up in the streets. Am I right? No.
Hung.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's.
She needs to be hung.
I think that is. I think people kind of have a willful ignorance in general. I think people have a willful ignorance a lot of times when it has to do with things that reinforce their own personal beliefs. So if you're a Democratic person, then maybe you are more willing to overlook some of the things that party's done. But I see all the time.
That's true.
Open media.
Republicans do messed up shit too.
Be overlooking the wildest shit. Always shifting and deflecting. Yeah. No. Hey, I appreciate that. Yep. We love that.
Well, here deflecting. Nobody said deflecting. I could give a damn about Trump.
The Repubs.
I just don't like that Republicans. The Republicans sit there and try to do little weirdo shit on the side, and then the Democrats are trying to steal all the money.
Are you talking about the FTX stuff? Is that what you're referring to?
Oh yeah. This is crazy. The Republicans try to do shit sneaky and do little pedo ass shit and steal funds, smuggle funds and shit. The Dems just do it right in your face. They're like, yo, we're doing this for a great cause, $25 billion COVID bill. Lines the pockets of all the board members. It's like, what the fuck?
All right. Well, look, real quick before we get off here, because that's probably a topic we need to have more time to go into in this. But this is the Liver King.
People.
This is the Liver King's confession, and I'm gonna flip my phone around so I can show y'all kind of what this guy looks like if you don't already know.
Looks like a joke.
Can you hear that?
No, I can't.
I can hear it. Here, hold on. Primals, did you hear that? All right, hopefully this doesn't blow our ears out. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear it. That's what he looks like, though, guys. Look at him. He said he didn't juice. That man's on a whole meal plan with fucking steroids and shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, and people believed him. That's the wild part. He said that.
People believe that joke. When he used to say I'm natural, I'm like, dude, get out of my face. I would tell him, bro, get out of my face. Stop playing me like I'm stupid. Stop playing me like I'm stupid, brother. What do you eat today? Well, that's what you eat. Yeah, you don't look like that off of that.
Hey, Lammy, can you hear?
Regimented. You got to be calories.
Hear it, but I can hear it. Let us know, because I really want to replay this part. He says, yes, I have done steroids. Yes, I'm on steroids. Oh shit! Yeah, I think you might be. I see you. Yeah, this is also wild. Another part of this conversation was they started talking about The Rock and his possible steroid PED use and all that. And I mean, they sound pretty.
Hurt behind them saying that.
They did, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. They literally said like, yeah, he's definitely like on a regimen. But then like some people were like so upset when Joe Rogan said that. They're like, oh no, he posted his meal plans. He works out every day.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, dog, you gotta realize your testosterone dies down at a certain point. So it's like your mass is only gonna be able to be so big.
Okay, yeah. Get into the weeds. Get into the weeds on the mass. Well, either way. Well, I mean, I can't even
like your muscle mass. You're only gonna be able to like keep it going so much. You know what I mean? So.
Hey, real quick, random, just because now I'm kind of just curious. Tell me if you can hear this.
Oh shit, that's a Danny GB.
You hear that?
Oh shit, I had a D in English class, but I was grade A with writer.
Okay, something fucked up with this video. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Like Peter Piper.
We're gonna slide up out of here. This is a live. We're gonna try to get more of these in. Lammy, Gates, Paul, Chloe, thank y'all for tuning in.
Stay with a script like Peter Jackson, diving in the crowd to catch the play. That's their
Jeter action. Yeah.
Cedar Rapids. I got some chicken, cheese, and green.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. Keep an eye out for these. Beautiful. Yeah. Liver King, he fucking stopped us from being able to share his audio. Bastard. But I can hear him in my headphones, so interesting.
Yeah, he's a pussy.
Y'all enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in. It's Real Spill Live, Sid Politics Podcast. Share this thing, make it go crazy. Let's see. Gates Open Media, check him out. Smooth Recall, if you want to see some shooting COD, you want to catch me and Deuce over there, go subscribe. Bright Side Podcast, check them out. Those are good guys. Other than that, we're flying. Hey, love you, Deuce. Thank you for popping in here, brother.
It's on Trump's business. It's not on him.
Trump's innocent. All right, bro. Hey, appreciate y'all. I'll holler at y'all later.
MAGA, baby, MAGA.
I'ma short him. If he call back, tell him
Yay 24.
Shit, blink with the button. Hit an op and I'ma change his jam. Straight from London if you see me play the flip.